Hello and good morning, guys, and welcome to our 11th session of our subject ITAS 1. So we are now on chapter 8 of our subject, Introduction to Object-Oriented Programming. And our topic for this morning is about inheritance. Before that, let's have our objectives. Number 1, identify data components and behaviors of multiple abstract data types. Number 2, apply the use of keywords, data types, variables in a program. Number 3, design an interface for a specific program incorporated with different elements, data types, and variables. Number 4, analyze the process of visual programming and graphical user interface, or the GUI. So for inheritance, this is an object-oriented programming mechanism for basing an object or class upon another object. So this is called the prototype-based inheritance, or a class-based inheritance, retaining similar implementation. So it is also defined as deriving new classes or subclasses, for that matter, in existing ones such as the superclass or the base class, and then forming them into the hierarchy of classes. Hierarchy means from top to bottom. Alin sa babaw, padto sa dalaw. So in the most class-based object-oriented language, an object-oriented or object-oriented through inheritance is called a child object. So parent-child. Tandaan nyo guys ha, when you have a parent and a child object, because duwa na sanda sa inheritance. Kay ang parent nga attribute na, gina-inherit ka child ang ana nga attributes. So pareman bala kaninyo, ginikanan nyo, lantawa isura nanda, medyo nagaanggid ka ninyo. So that is called inheritance. So programming the same man sanda. So we have an object for parent or the parent object and the child object. Wherein gina-inherit ka child object ang attributes kay iya nga parent object. Okay? So it acquires properties. Ano nang in-acquire na? Properties, behaviors, with the exception of constructors, destructors, overload operators, and friend functions on a base class. So, hindi pwede na. Ang mga may plus minus, hindi pwede na guys. Multiplication or division, bawal na siya kay those are operators. So, hindi na siya ma-inherit. However, ang attribute, such as example of an attribute is a color. So, color, what is the color? Halin sa parent, for example, red car. Na. So then ang child naman is magenta car. So a magenta is a kind of red color na shade. So kay red siya, then magenta iya nga object, nga child object. So that example guys of inheritance, no? And inheritance allows the programmers to create classes that are built upon existing classes. So to specify a new implementation while maintaining the same behavior. Now, example of this is to reuse code and to independently extend original software via public classes and interfaces. And that the relationship of objects or classes through inheritance give rise to a direct graph. So inheritance is an important pillar of object-oriented programming. It is the mechanism in C# by which one class is allowed to inherit features, fields, and other methods of another class. So we have the inheritance, important terminology. We have the superclass. Superclass is defined as class whose features are inherited is known as superclass or the base class or the parent class. So we have also the subclass, and these are the ones that inherits the other classes. And reusability. So this refers to the supports the concept of reusability when we want to create a new class and there is already a class that includes some of the code, and that we can derive our new class from existing classes. So laging recycle mo lang ang code, so that is reusability. So in figure 14, you can see there the single inheritance diagram in C#. So like for example, A, B. So nag-refer ang A sa B, meaning ang A ang parent object and B is the child object. So there are various types of inheritance, and we have single inheritance. It is the subclass inherits the feature of one superclass, such as in figure 14. So makita nyo. So that is an example of single inheritance. On figure 15, that is multi-level inheritance. Kaysa, kagina, single inheritance lang siya. Pero nagbutang pa ikaw kasi nga ang Kundi parent object ang A, child object ang B. Pero kung in-inherit siya kasi ang B nga attribute, it means ang B nga dyan, may mo siya parent and then may mo naman nga child ang C. So, mo lang simple guys, ang multi-level inheritance. Magambal naman ka mga hierarchical inheritance such as in figure 16. So, medyo komplikado na. Kay isa lang ka parent object, pero duroan ng bata or the child object. So as you can see on the figure, you can see there A, and then B, C, and D. No? Nga ang A ang nanay, ang B, C, kag D ang bata. In multiple inheritance naman, this one is the product of two objects. So A and B. Ang sigwa na is multiple inheritance. Na. Ang hybrid inheritance naman, like for example, parent ka B kag C ang A, and then mahimo naman nga bata, B kag C ang letter D. So hybrid na siya. Okay, so important facts about inheritance, no? So we have the default superclass, and superclasses can only be one, and that the inheriting constructors are subclasses, and then the private member inheritance are subclass, but it does not inherit the private members of its parent class. Now let's go to activity number 18. We have the code here, the first code and then the second one. Okay. So before we go to coding this, let me discuss about the code. So this is a program to illustrate the concept of inheritance. So you can see they're using system and namespace console application. So we're recalling lang ang system concept. Your base class, don't forget, is class GFG. For the data members, you can have public string, meaning gin public mo ang string ng variable, ang name ng variable, pero string na siya. Same with the subject. Then, you can have public method for base classes, inheriting the GFG class using constructors and driver classes. For the main method, you can see their static void strings arjs. And the byproduct supposedly will be gigs for gigs, no? So let's just try if that will be the output. If not, we'll see the output after this one. So all you have to do is to type online IDE, okay, and code chef at again. We're going to use code chef. Now configure this to C#, and we're going to copy paste the configuration for this one. So let's have this one, then ang sugpon niya, oh I'm sorry, okay, so I think it's incomplete, no? String name, string subject. Dugangan lang natin guys, wala siya matapot. Okay. Oh, sorry. Copy paste until here. Okay, so copy, no? And then paste it here. Okay, for the string name, you can also put their string subject, okay? Add lang natin. Okay, so local class. Then we have to put this one. Then semicolon. So let's try to run the program code. Let's just see kung mag-okay siya. Okay, so there's error. I think we will be troubleshooting this. Let's find out kung diindampi, no? I think incomplete ang code na to, no? So what about kung string name lang siya? Okay, so there's unexpected error, no? So we have programmed SDRS error C, primary constructor body is not allowed, and then unexpected end of file. Unexpected end of file. Okay, so I think let's go back to our code. Unexpected end kay supposedly wala na itong sabi kaya siya. Okay, the same warning, no? Okay, so there's one error. Primary construct body is not allowed. So line 15, line 15 2. Okay, so 15 and 2. Okay, 15 and 2 is this one. Okay, so we have two name kag ang class GFG. Okay, so pero ang 15 sa void public void reader's name, no? Public void reader's name. Okay, so it refers to this one. Okay, so let's try delete. Okay, let's delete Abida. Try na to kung magana siya. Oh, error na gid. So I think there's something wrong with our code. Public method of base class. So you have the string name. So this name, this subject, and string. Okay, so I think the same guys. String name, string subject. So I think because subject is small letter, no? So okay, there's only one error. So you have primary constructor body is not allowed. So 15 2 or 215. So we have Domalandas and the guys. May label man siya to 15 is this one. Whereas number 2 is this one and the 15 sa nga line. So 15 and 2, no? So 15 and this is not 15, this is 15. Okay, so 2. This name excuse me. This that name is equivalent to name and this subject is equivalent to subject. What if kung i-disable natin siya, no? And this one. Okay, so error gid siya, no? Console application 1. Console application. So the same thing yapon. Anyway, console application 1. I think there's some error using class. Alerting the GFG class using class gigs for gigs. Then okay, so let's try. Hindi siya. Okay, sige lang guys. I think we have to move on from the next activity, no? Hindi siya magana abi number 18 naton. But anyway, kung halfway amo kada to it's all good naman. What about 19? Let's try ang 19. The same thing, guys. This is I hope that 19 will be successful and running because so that we can have a sample for inheritance, no? Otherwise, hindi kita gamit ka ng inheritance nga ng ng activity. So let's try sa code natin kung mag-run ang number 19. Okay, and supposedly number 19 will be having this one also. Okay, so this will be your output. Okay? Okay. So that will be your output for number 19. So let's try abi ang activity number 20. Okay, I think in activity number 20 kung maggana siya I think ang close brace isa kag duwa pa ka close brace ang naton. So instead ka number 18 guys, kaya hindi magana to. I suggest gamiton instead of ang sa code 120 lang ang gamiton ninyo. Okay? So let's try. Okay, then mabutang kita kadua pa ka close brace. So isa and then isa pagit. then run. Okay, unexpected symbol. Compilation. Isa lang siguro, no? Another. Bawi ata. $17.0. So 17.0 is there. Okay, so there's an expected symbol. Another siguro. Okay, let's try to error. Okay. Hindi siya magana eh. Ang number 20 daw guys. Ano natin yung number 20 because para this will substitute sa dang number 18 natin ngayon nag-run. So i-run ko lang siya anay. Lang taon natin kung mag-okay siya. Error, code submission failed. Code submission, then run. Okay, sige. Error good. So 28, 247. 28, error 247. Why naman? I think isa siguro ka close brace. Let's see. May error agad siya. Unexpected error. So 30 to 47, 30 is this one. Okay. Okay, sige, inspect natin abi, no? Ang code, kung ano yung sala, base, somewhere sa diya lang yan, ano natin. For number 20, no? Namespace to lane. Namespace, supposedly there's a semicolon, I think, if I'm not mistaken. Or wala. Okay, try natin butangan. To 17, so it's not. Sige lang guys. Just continue with our activity number 18 and 19. So just make sure you can copy paste the number 19 very well. And number 18, I'm sorry. Okay, wala siya nag-run. But anyway, that will be your activity for this week, and try nyo kung makaano ninyo guys maparaan. Okay? So thank you very much for watching your class for this morning, and God bless. See you next time.